Hi, Vintage Stereo Buff here. Today is July 2017. I have this Autotek 200XI street machine power amp. And, when I first got it, it didn't function. And I took it apart and cleaned it up real good and hit a couple of cold solder joints and redid them, and then it worked okay. But then later on, it started going into protect because I probably have a shorted output or else a shorted FET. So I'm going to find out about that, and at the same time I'm going to recap the amp. And then after I'm done, I'll run a short function test just to make sure it works. All these electrolytic caps. I have a little container full of caps here to put in it. I'm going to start with taking out these two big caps. And I'll use the desoldering tool. Suck up this old solder. Sometimes it takes a few tries to get all of it sucked up out of there. I'll probably have to use my other hand and pull on it a little bit to work it loose. Sometimes it takes a little wiggling to get these things all loose on both sides. I don't think you can see that anyway. Okay, change hands. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I got one side out. Okay. Kind of a booger to get out, but it came. I think I still have a little hole. All the holes are cleaned out fine. Oh, that worked pretty well. Okay, I'll go ahead and get the next one out then. Do both of these at the same time. I better push my plunger down. Rock it a little bit. Okay, got one side out. Okay, it's the glue that was holding it. Okay. Get both of them out. As you can see, they're marked which side goes where. This little part here goes on where the white is. That's one. So I'll bend that this way a little. This one a little. There's the other one. Looks like I've gotten some silicone on my hands from the transistors. I need to clean that off before I make a mess. Okay, let those out. Now, put the two new ones back in. Get my solder pointed in the right direction. Okay. Okay. Get that, inspect it a little bit. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. You can get a little look at it. Okay. So there's 19 caps installed. I have 12 caps to go, but I don't think I'm gonna film each cap. It's all the same old thing over and over again, and when I get the rest of my caps in, well, I got all my caps put in, all installed on here. Also, in handling the board, doing this diode too, the legs of the diode came loose. I resoldered those back, and then on over here, one of the MOSFETs, the same thing happened. It came loose, so I had to touch it up. But anyway, now I got that fixed. Now I got all my soldering done. So what I want to do is clean this board off. So I have a solution here. This is Simply Green. It's about half and half solution of Simply Green. This was what somebody suggested to me, what they use for cleaning circuit boards. They said just to take it and apply it. And, brush it around with a kind of a soft paintbrush. This is distilled water. Okay, now I'm going to rinse it with just distilled water. Here's a look at the board after I cleaned it and rinsed it with Simply Green and distilled water solution. Looks pretty good. Well, I replaced these two rectifiers here, and I replaced all four of these MOSFETs here. One of these rectifiers was a 6240, one was a 6244, and then I replaced four of these MOSFETs on this side. And I'll try to see if I can get it to come on, or if it'll stay and protect. I may replace these outputs too. I have outputs for it if it doesn't work. But first I'm going to put it back together and try it before I put any more parts in it. Well, now that I'm done with the recap and the repair work, I have my amp all put back together, and I hooked it up to the YouTube to play some copyright-free YouTube music. So I got my power supply on. Okay, amp's on. Okay, let's hit the play button. Oh, that sounds good. Got good bass. Well, I guess my repair was successful. So, vintage stereo above out. This recap was done in July 1977, July 2017. The intro and the ending were both done April 23rd, 2021. Vintage stereo above out.